And the worst time was the burnt bodies. That was the worst, was the smell. Never smelt anything like it before. When you got told you was off to a mass grave, your heart sank, because a lot of it was children. And that was the biggest thing that got to everybody. My name is Craig Metcalfe. I served in Bosnia with the Royal Logistic Corps with 23 Parachute Field Ambulance. Well, I'd missed out on the first Gulf War because I was training. So as soon as Bosnia come up and was told we was going, as daft as it might seem, it was like, yes, that's us, we're doing a conflict, not so much a war, it's a peacekeeping mission. I went out there with it was called I4, which was Independent Force Operation Resolute, and I did a full year out in Bosnia. You do your training, which is back in the UK, which is at Winchester. You was doing that theatre training for, I think we did it about 7 weeks, and it was constantly, it was intense. So when you got on the ground in Bosnia, you was a fully fledged soldier. You knew exactly what you're doing. You had to look after each other. So you was a soldier, then you trade. My trade was driving. Quite hairy sometimes, because they used to just stop you and they could be stood there with everything. Just handguns, machine guns, grenades. They wanted whatever you had. It was scary, but your training kicked in. So you dealt with every situation as you come to it on a daily basis. I enjoyed what I did. I felt I was making a difference when I was out there, and that was the biggest part. There was a lot of things was happening. You had minefields that needed clearing. You had snipers that needed to be took out, and there was medics everywhere. The amount of children that was lost, was killed for no reason, for a religion, basically. And that's what they was doing, was ethnic cleansing. And it took a lot of effort to do your job, looking at these things. I mean, I remember the medical officer just completely lost it and said, I can't deal with this. I'm going back. I've had enough. I want to go back. He wanted to go home, and he just sat in a vehicle because he just couldn't handle what he saw. It does take, I would say, a strong person to just get up, get on with it, get the job done, and come back without feeling anything. I mean, I think it hit me 2 or 3 years down the line. Obviously, once I'd left and I'd come back to Civvy Street and got a job, I went to an accident, and it was a car on fire, and there was somebody in it, and there was nothing I could do. And that's what triggered it. It was the smell of smelling what I'd smelt in Bosnia, because it's a smell you would never smell again unless you'd smell another person who'd been on, who'd been set alight or been on fire. I don't think about being over there unless my mate will ring up, or I spent a lot of time with, and he'll go, oh, it's such and such a time since we was in Split, or we did this and this. I've always got somebody on hand who, if I ever felt I needed to talk to, is there, and vice versa. Well, I still say it now, I come out too early, and I wish I was still there. I'd definitely turn 10 o'clock back and go back in tomorrow and do it all again.
You're proud of your service?
I am, yeah. I'm proud of what I've achieved. Proud of what I've done. Really am. If you want to help veterans like me, please play the Veterans Lottery.